What's up guys, how you doing? It's Apex Predator here. So this is round 2 of the manufacturer's season and we're in group 4 cars this time on Tokyo Expressway. What's it called? Outer Loop or something like that? I don't really have any experience on this track. Never really driven it because I don't know, the long straight just sort of put me off. It looks a bit boring, but actually it's not too bad. These corners on the second part of the lap are quite nice. It might be that they're nice in the 458. I think mid-engine layout kind of suits this sort of track. So I was actually feeling quite confident when after having done a few practice laps for this race. When I first saw it, I was like, oh god, don't know the track. It looks pretty horrible. A lot of people say that it's an SR killer because of the walls and stuff, and I kind of get that. People don't like backing off when they catch traffic. So yeah, I could see it being a recipe for disaster. But in the end, it was my own doing really. So I messed up this race pretty badly, and the nations as well. I'll show you that one tomorrow. So I've had a horrible round 2 in both of the championships. But luckily, you drop 2 rounds, don't you? So I think this season there's only 4 rounds, and actually only 2 of those 4 rounds count. So you drop your 2 worst scores. So I'm probably dropping my 2 opening rounds. To be honest with you, I had 2 awful races really in both championships. So 4 pretty poor races really. Just where I've just not done very well, or not done as well as I know I could have done. That's probably more to the point. But anyway, on to lap 2 of the qualifying session here. Got this Gran trophy in front, which I've not driven on this game, but I remember from GT6. Pretty nice cars. I quite liked them, especially if you got like a solo race or whatever. I had quite a lot of good fun with them, especially on tracks like Spa, Nürburgring. Anyway, so we've got this guy in front. We're getting some nice slipstream off from here. It's a good setup for a lap. And yeah, I was thinking the Ferrari's probably not a bad shout for this track. I was thinking it's going to have a good top end, especially when I was doing practice runs. And look here, I'm maxing that. Well, I'm not maxing out, but I can't go any faster than 7. But I've got a lot of revs left, so I was thinking, oh, this could be really good for slipstream because I might be able to get more into that top end. It might be quite nice. But in the end, it didn't really work out that well in the race. You've got the same problem with understeer as you have in the Group 3 cars, where if you're not on the throttle driving the car through, there's just no load at all on the front. It's got the same sort of wobbly suspension feel as well, so I mean it's not too bad, but I quite like driving this car. I thought this car was a lot easier to drive than the Group 3 one. I suppose that goes without saying it's Group 4, but yeah, I quite like the Group 4 458 actually. Pretty nice car. Caught that wall there, which is a shame. Yeah, these corners are really nice. It's just a bit tricky if you don't know the track because they all kind of look the same and it's hard to see which corner you're at before you sort of got around it. So I suppose that's the challenge of this track. But I felt fairly comfortable with it by the end of my practice before the race. I just keep catching these walls though, which is annoying. So anyway, in practice, I'm trying to think how that was. It wasn't in 207, I think it was a low 208, 208.3, which is alright, but in the race I couldn't get anywhere near that for some reason, so I think this quali lap's going to be 209.4, I think it was, if I remember correctly, so about a whole second off my best, but I suppose that's to be expected. And it does seem that way in this championship. It seems that your pace in practice is far quicker than it is in qualifying, but I suppose that's because there's no tyre wear in practice, so I think that makes sense. So there you go, look, we're qualified down in 10th, not ideal. The lobby's all A's though, pretty much a few A pluses as well, so a fairly good lobby for me. Like I say, I just didn't do very well. Disappointed in myself, but anyway, let's get into the race. We're going to fast forward this bit, I think. So there we are in 10th, that plain white Ferrari. Into the race. So that first corner is going to be very hectic. Everyone's going to have the slipstream. It's going to be hard on the brakes. We're going to need to be cautious into that corner. And we're going to need everybody else around us to be cautious into that corner. That's probably more important. So we'll see how we get on. Got some good tow from this Viper ahead at the moment. Going to have to pull out now. probably going to start edging away a little bit. So might tuck in, but we're going to have to start lifting here because we don't know how early these people are going to be braking. Yeah, very cautious into here, but I don't want to be picking up any penalties. Couldn't quite follow the Viper through on this SLS in front as well, which is a shame. There's not really anywhere to get past until that hairpin at the end of the lap now. Really, I mean, you could, but you're probably looking at getting a penalty in the process because no one's going to leave you the room. Plus, for fast corners, it's going to be difficult unless you get a really nice run. Well, I'm just trying to take it easy because there's nowhere to go in front, you know. I've got this car behind me now, so I backed off a bit, but where can I go? He's going around the outside. That was really annoying. Let's check this out. It's going to be like a 4-second penalty. What could I do there? I'm already backing off, and then that guy hits the wall, and that puts him into me. I mean, it's not his fault. It's just a mistake from him, and it's unfortunate. But it's just, I mean, you're backing off anyway to try and not make contact, and then something like that happens. It's a 4-second penalty, and look how many places I've lost. So I mean, that was pretty much this race right there, really, to be honest with you. I mean, it wasn't. I messed it up even worse, but. Yeah, first lap, 4-second penalty. It's just having a bit of a nightmare. We've got some good toe down here on the straight at least. It's going to be like a triple toe. Might be 7 penalty. Alright, so we still get some good toe off the skyline though. Razor. Is he going to start pulling away again? Just looking at the radar. Just about. Yeah, so you can see the Ferrari isn't that quick in the straight line around the slipstream, but it's not massively compromised. We've got this SLS storming up behind here, look, so it's going to get very tight. And again, it's going to need an early lift, cover the brake pedal, don't do anything too heroic. I'm going to try and hold the inside line here against the skyline, but I couldn't really power through because of the SLS in the way, but we still held the corner, so we're okay. So easy to understeer at those two corners. I suppose in any car, but the Ferrari, you really need to have slowed enough on the approach so that you can be on the throttle to drive yourself through the corner. Because if you've gone too fast and you're off the throttle trying to turn in, it's just not going to work. Think of it like a jet ski. So you know, in the jet ski, you can be turning the wheel, or the handlebars, I suppose you call them. You can be turning those as much as you want. But if you're not on the throttle, it's just going to go straight on. Think of the 458 like that really, it's pretty much like a jet ski on wheels. You can be turning the wheel, but if you're not on the throttle, it's just going to go straight on. Yeah, but nice and easy through here because there's nowhere to go. Compromise myself a bit there by being a bit too tight. It's because I'm not pushing hard enough, so I tend to make more mistakes as well when I back off. You'll see it in the nations. Disappointed in myself in that race, but anyway, manufacturers here. 458 seems to do quite well at the hairpin look. Most people seem to go wide on that second phase, whereas I can hold it quite tightly. That was awkward. I was hoping that the SLS would realise that boxing me in there wasn't going to be a good shout, and I went to move to the left of Happy Meal in front, thinking that the SLS would have had the sense to realise that I had to, you know, or back out of it, I suppose. But I was expecting him to have left me a bit of room. I thought he would have seen it coming, but I was going to have to dodge that guy, but he didn't. So another penalty. I mean, I should have probably just backed out of it, but when someone's slow like that, usually the car you're racing with would give you space to get past them. And then this was awkward. So he braked a bit early there, which meant I had to dodge him before I could brake, which meant I was slightly too late on the brakes and I hit that Creta. So I was a bit unhappy with myself there. So you can see I instantly served a penalty. I'm sorry about that incident to that Impreza guy if he's watching. He won't be watching, but I'll say I'm sorry anyway. But like I say, it was just that Jack braking really early, and also he braked in front of me, so I was kind of on the inside there, but then I had to go to the outside because he just braked completely in front of me early as well. So I mean, just making excuses now. It's another contact that's my fault. Seems to be racking it up at the moment. I think you can tell I'm a bit out of practice in the cars. I've been doing a lot of karting. You can race, or I can race very close to people when I'm karting, and even if they're not that competent at it, you can sort of get away with it because the kart's so nippy and nimble. You know, I can make quick adjustments. I can dart in and out of people and stuff. As I think what's happening here is I'm trying to race the cars how I race the karts, and it just isn't working out for me. So, but it's a short season, this one, isn't it? So if I can just do every round this season, see how I get on, just treat it as a bit of practice. I think a lot of people weren't doing this race because obviously you only need to do 2 rounds. So I think people were thinking, well, I don't want to do a round where I'm just going to get loads of penalties. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, did you guys do this race? How did you guys get on? How did your manufacturers do? Like I say, I was quite pleased with Ferrari in this. I think it's probably quite a good first 2 rounds for me in the manufacturers, considering Suzuka's quite a good Ferrari track, if it weren't for the tyre wear. And on the face of it, this track seems quite good for Ferrari as well. You've got a long straight, which the Ferrari should be quick on. Alright, in the race it turns out it's probably not that quick, but it's still not bad. And it handles well through the second half of the lap as well. So I was quite happy with it. Still can't attack this corner how I like. I just always seem to be caught up in traffic. Then you see, when I'm not attacking, when I'm not at my maximum, I just can't drive. Like you saw how I clipped that wall there and that one, because I'm just not pushing at the maximum. Just making all these little mistakes. But we are penalty free at least now, whereas pretty much everyone in front looks to have a penalty. So that could work in our favour. Catching this pack up here. So at this point you've got to be thinking, I'll probably get past here, but if I can try and set something up for the hairpin maybe. Or don't even worry about that, just stay behind them and use the slipstream down the straight. That's probably the better tactic here really. We get past that pretzel again. Loads of cars saving penalties here. So we sneaked back into 13th, but remember we started in 10th, and even that was pretty poor. I was miles off my qualifying really, so just another poor round for me in terms of my potential. So I'm a bit disappointed in myself, but never mind. It's weekend as well, you know, I just got back from the barbecue, had a few beers, so I probably wasn't really in the best state to be racing, but still should be making those mistakes. But you know, never mind, it still wasn't a bad round. I still ended up with more points than I got from the other round as well, even though I finished third, I think, in that other round, so I'm just going to keep plodding along, getting the points I get, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, nice slipstream down here. Is that Lexus in front? I think it is, isn't it? Nice slipstream off the Lexus, going to pull out. And yeah, able to slingshot past. Or are we? Yeah, just about past. I couldn't work out why he was going down the outside here. Why didn't he go down the inside? I want to be on the outside. It's just I suppose he's just trying to compromise me, but in the end he's compromising himself because we're both slower than we would have been. I'm slower, so he's slower. You see what I mean? So, I don't know, it seemed a bit daft, that one. You're never going to go around the outside there. I don't know. Yeah, we're catching this Italian in front. He's got a penalty anyway. In fact, I think all 3 in front of the penalties up. So another look behind, look. You're just going to have to lift off, mate. You're going to be catching me because you've got the slipstream, but just going to have to lift off the throttle a bit. He did there anyway, so this is good. And look, we're both catching the packs in front, so you should just follow me for a bit here. Shouldn't try and pressure me too much because we're just going to slow us both down while they clip that wall and that wall. show my intent. Yeah, it's fair enough, right? Nothing wrong with that, that's fine. Yeah, you brake very early there, it freaked me out. So look, I ended up braking really, really early. So I'm going to try and take things I lined up. So we'll get a good exit down the straight road. In fact, it's the pits, end of step 1, isn't it? We'll sneak past the Italian before we go into the pits, which is pretty convenient. Loads of people serving penalties. It's just the nature of the track where I think, isn't it, even in Group 4. So, end of the first stint. So we're into 7th or 8th, something like that. We're probably going to come out around 12th-ish, maybe. 13th. Oh god. What are we, 16th? Alright, so coming out to start lap 6. I'm going to cut to lap 7 here, because not much happening on lap 6. So you can see we're 11th now, I'm catching 10th. Past 10th. Come on, Lexus, get out of the way. Alright, so we're back where we started. 10th position, lap 7. Penalty free. What can we do? You see how I'm not trying to hassle this guy too much. If you can catch a group in front, then you know it's good for me. I don't want to get slowed down too much, of course, but at the moment it's not too bad. It's okay. We'd end up losing more time if I was fighting him. So at the moment, I'm quite happy for him to just see what he can do. He's slowing me down a little bit through here, but it's okay. Defend, and then he's come back to the outside, so that's why I ended up overshooting that, because I was going to brake to the outside when he could have been inside, but then I saw him moving back to the outside, so I had to change where I wanted to brake to be. That's why people have these rules about not changing where you're braking, where you don't change direction in the braking zone, because it's just too dangerous. And then we got a penalty there as well, so I ended up overshooting the brakes, but kept it on track and got a good drive out. I think the Spaniard tried to just cover us off, but I had far too much momentum, and I was always going to be coming there, so I don't know what he was doing really. He had all the track to the right. I was already pretty much on the curve, so that was a 4-second penalty for pretty much nothing really, so that was a bit annoying. I think that's just his race summed up really right there. Just slight mistakes resulting in penalties, and then that's that, isn't it? Italians flashing me behind for. Where do you want me to go? Oh dear. Right, it's into 8th. We do have that monstrous penalty though. Alright, so still in 8th as we come on to the final lap. but I do still have a penalty. So look in the mirror here. Good slipstream from the SLS, loads of slipstream all the way down the straight, looks like it's going to fly past. When you're really on it, you can do it in fourth, and that's how I was qualifying, but I suppose in the race I probably should have been dropped to third. Just to make sure I didn't hit the wall. Just snuck past him there. Side here, and the Ferrari's good at holding that tight line. And there we go then, finishing 8th. Like I said, a bit disappointed, but I think considering penalties and incidents in that race, I think 8th is probably not a bad result. Still ahead of where I started. Actually, hold on, no, we're not going to finish in 8th, are we? Because we've got that penalty. What's that saying about counting chickens before they hatch? So we crossed the line in 8th, and there we go, down to 11th in the end with the penalty, which will translate into how many points? Well, let's find out. So there you go, 11th in the second round of the Manufacturer Series in the 458, which gave me 800 and something odd points, so more than the first round, but still not great. But there you go, guys. That was round 2 of the Manufacturers Championship. Let me know how you guys get on, and I will see you in the Nations tomorrow.